So, coming up on Saturday the 21st of February at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, we've got an interesting fight in the welterweight division with two fighters who are both worse at winning than Sheffield Wednesday. They are hopeless, but nonetheless, it is a fight that you can't take your eyes off. Mario Barrios, who got a gift draw against Manny Pacquiao last time out, and Manny Pacquiao, who was about 75, by the way, he is defending his belt against King Ryan Garcia, the King of Austrine. The California man currently has a record of 24-2 with 20 wins coming via knockout. Last time out, he was absolutely horrendous. Bear in mind the money he was being paid, tens of millions, and he barely threw a punch. He got dropped with a double left hook by Rolly in round 2. And by the way, this glazing of Rolly Romero has got to stop. Everyone thought he was a joke before this fight. Then all of a sudden he beats Ryan Garcia, who didn't do anything, and now it's actually Rolly's quite underrated. Nobody said this before. That was all set up for Ryan Garcia to knock out Rolly Romero, but no, he was awful. It was an absolute disgrace. But to be fair to him, give him his credit, against Devin Haney before that, he looked unbelievable. He looked unstoppable. It was almost like he was on drugs. Oh, fuck, wait. And of course, after that debacle, he got given a slap on the wrist, a year ban. I mean, I'm so bored of talking about failed drug tests. It's just so repetitive. They never get punished properly. They won't learn. I think most people who fail at it will never know for sure, but it certainly wouldn't surprise you with Ryan Garcia, would it? He also missed weight by a disgusting 3 pounds against Devin Haney. And I can't stand Devin Haney, but Ryan Garcia, I mean, what more did he want to do to have an advantage over Devin Haney there? I mean, have a shotgun in the ring that he can use in between rounds? I mean, Jesus Christ, it was just a joke. And it was such a shame because it was a fantastic moment. Even though he'd missed weight, he did pay a big fine for that. And he dropped Devin 3 times. But you get no credit for that, mate. You cheated in every way possible. So, piss poor from Ryan. But he has also had some good performances along the way, and the potential's always been there for Ryan Garcia against Luke Campbell when he stopped him with that beautiful body shot in round 7, coming up off the floor when he got dropped in round 2, so he showed tremendous heart there, but he did quit against Gervonta Davies, and that's absolutely fine. I think he was weight drained, it was obviously at catch weight, but since then, he's only had one win against Oscar Dorada, who was alright, but an ordinary fighter who's probably a top 20 dude, really, no more than that, so I think Ryan Garcia has done incredibly well for himself to carve out these opportunities, and he's obviously a massive social media star, and he knows how to bring in numbers, how to get fans excited. And he does have fantastic hand speed, a beautiful left hook. There's always been attributes there that make him a good fighter, but I think he is very overrated. However, he is coming up against arguably the weakest world champion in boxing in Mario Barrios. The Mexican-American has a record of 29-2 with 2 draws as well. So 2 losses, 2 draws there. I mean, that Manny Pacquiao draw, I thought Barrios was a disgrace. I thought he was so bad. You've got a guy who has just turned 30 against a guy who is in his mid to late 40s, who has been shot to bits for years, been inactive, not been in his prime for 15 years. And Pacquiao won that fight. It was close, it was competitive, but he was a clear winner. Embarrassing from Barrios. He's also drew with Abel Ramos. That was on the undercard of Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, and that was a decent scrap, to be fair. Both men were down, but even that fight there, he's so vulnerable, Barrios, and he is game, to be fair. He'll give anyone a fight, but very beatable, and he's actually not stopped anyone for years as well. His last stoppage came in 2023, so I think his power on paper looks good, but when you break it down, who's he actually stopped? But he definitely has the potential to outwork Ryan Garcia. He's 6 foot tall. Ryan is 5'8", so he's got the advantage with height and reach. And I think he should try and use his jab and just try and get the better of Ryan Garcia down the stretch as well, because Ryan does go missing in fights. He did nothing after round 2 against Rolly, and he didn't do much in round 1 either. So I think Ryan Garcia will be looking at this thinking he can catch Barrios, who does leave his chin in the air. He has been stopped before, also to Gervonta Davies, but obviously Ryan's been down and been stopped himself, so they're both very beatable, both very overrated, but it's a fun fight because of their vulnerabilities. I think it'll make for an exciting watch. I think Barrios will have his moments, but I think ultimately Ryan Garcia will catch him with that left hook, and I think it'll be one of those performances where Ryan Garcia actually shows up, wins, and he's finally going to be able to say he's world champion. So let's see. There is also the interesting dynamic with Joe Goosen, who used to train Ryan Garcia. Now he trains Mario Barrios, but I really don't think that'll make a difference. I just think Barrios is there to be knocked out. And Ryan does hit hard, but you just never know with him. He blows hot and cold, so you wouldn't be surprised with any result, but I do think Ryan Garcia will find that left hook, and when he does, I think he will knock out Barrios, who has been a champion waiting to lose for a very long time, but it should be fun while it lasts. I hope you've all enjoyed this video anyway, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Ryan Garcia will show up, or do you think Barrios will get another sneaky draw? Who knows? Time will tell as always. Have a great week, and I will see you all on the next one.